I'm sure you've heard of Path of Exile 2 in the past couple weeks, even maybe couple months. The game has been taking the game genre by storm. Now, I'm not an ARPG gamer. I've never played an ARPG. I've dabbled, well, I guess that's a lie. I've dabbled a little bit in Diablo 3 when my friend showed it to me and wanted me to try it. I played like maybe 20 minutes of it, and 10 of it was like on my phone because the beginning of that game felt god-awfully boring to me, but that's just a personal opinion. So I've always thought the top-down types of game seem pretty lame and boring. But then I saw some of the gameplay and trailer and clips of the Path of Exile 2, and it changed my whole perspective on the genre. So we're gonna watch the endgame content that they showed on their channel for Path of Exile 2. We're just gonna watch the opening cinematic all the way to the classes from almost like a first impression perspective, a beginner perspective, someone who hasn't really delved into the ARPG genre. So I'm very excited to look at this with you guys, talk about it with you guys, and see what is to come, since it is coming out tomorrow. And if you're seeing this on another day, it's coming out on the 6th of December 2024. So let's get right into this video. Let's see what we got.
Just what are we facing here?
A relic of the old world. Ready your men, Captain. We will only get one chance.
It's crazy to me that games like this have these type of cutscenes.
You hear the whispers? Call for help. Do not attack.
I don't know why they can't do good, like super good adaptations of these types of games.
Whispers. What do you think he was on about?
It's Dorman, right?
Yeah.
Then Dorman. Shut your damn mouth. Ugh, why do I always get stuck with these rookies?
Hey, the kid's got a mean cleave. Give him a chance.
Quiet.
That ranger looks so sick. They kind of look like those beasts from Lord of the Rings that the goblins ride. That's sick.
A mean cleave, eh, Captain?
I'd watch endless cinematics of these types of games.
Captain Oren? Captain? It's here. Rain! Send the signal!
What the?
Oh my god!
On my back will be blade up!
Come on, come on! I'm ready. I'm ready. It's a man.
No, it's not.
It's Palpatine. Oh my god. Chill. Ow! Use up all your mana.
Run.
Oh, hey, that's Omen. Oh my god.
Captain! Captain!
Yo, that's sick. I want that sword.
Stop. Humanity isn't ready. On your feet, lad.
Sir, the captain,
You'll be fine. Here.
What is it?
Oh. Why did he give him that just to kill him? Oh. That's why. That makes sense.
Get the body.
Stop. Mortal. It can still be contained. You don't know what you have unleashed.
Your kind no longer control this world. We cannot destroy your body, it's true. But you will watch as we destroy everything you have built. Bind him!
It's really good voice acting. I like it a lot, actually. This is actually super cool.
Grow, my child. I'll make sure you can eat your fill.
Oh my gosh. Oh, hey, those are leeches. Oh, it's spreading. Corruption. Oh, there's a heart. Did you see that in the middle? Now that's an intro. That is an intro to a game, let me tell you. That is sick.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Rogers, game director on Path of Exile 2. Now, Path of Exile 2 is...
This guy, I've seen clips of him talking about games, like this game, and just talking about the game industry in general. He is so based. His outlook and opinion on games is 100% just like the most base things you'll ever hear.
Jonathan Rogers, game director on Path of Exile 2. Now, Path of Exile 2 is going into early access in around 2 weeks on December the 6th. But even though it's early access, this isn't just some small taste. The game is huge. In this live stream, we're going to be introducing everything you can expect. So without further ado, let's roll the gameplay trailer.
Existence is a thing of
This is where we eat, boys. This is where we eat. Gameplay trailers.
permanent. Life and death are mortal enemies, and yet bound to one another.
Sacrifice. Whoa, that was
The
crazy.
continuation of life
You see that? They were like,
must be protected.
they were stuck together
at
with
all
like a,
costs. Some have
stick.
said my methods are brutal. To this, I say, there can be no salvation without sacrifice.
That's true. I agree. Yo, that is sick. Oh my god. The game looks so good. What engine is this? Oh my god. Oh my god. Hey, that's Lilith. Dude, that is insane. How many frames am I gonna get when I'm playing this game? You can freeze them in time? I didn't even know that was a power.
And I will do what I must.
Is that the map? That's sick. That's actually so cool. Oh my god, there's so many skill trees. Dude, I know nothing about Path of Exile. Yo, these bosses are crazy looking.
Those who obsess with death, let them soon be acquainted with it.
Ooh, hey. Yo, is that Sukuna, bro? They got Sukuna in Path of
Now,
Exile.
as you just saw,
That's
even
crazy.
in early access, Path of Exile 2 is a big game. It's actually been 5 years since we announced PoE 2, and over that time we've revealed a lot, but it's been in bits and pieces. It's pretty hard to keep track of it all, so today we're going to do a full rundown of all the content that will be available at the start of early access. Classes, character progression systems, and for the first time, a full overview of the end game. This is going to be a big one, so get comfortable.
That is a big
For
deal.
20
Endgame.
years, Rayclass
Endgame
has
is
been
very
free
free.
from any sources of corruption. But the Count of Ogham, tempted by promises of power, intends to harness it once more.
Is that the guy from the
Dead
beginning?
are rising. monsters are mutating, and madness is spreading. Under the dark influence of corruption, the Count doles out sentences of death to any who would question him.
Oh, that dude's getting fired, dude. Honestly, if I lived in this world, I'd want to self too.
And this is where you find yourself at the start of PoE 2. Explore the dark forests of Ogham, traverse the barren plains of the Vasteri Desert, and delve into the jungle ruins of Utsal.
Dude, these environments are insane.
There are challenging monsters, hidden runes, lost camps and treasures, roaming merchants,
You put
and
this
of
much
course,
detail.
unique bosses. No two areas are the same.
How is this early
Falls
access?
to you to track down the seed of corruption, the source of all this devastation. On the way, you'll face fearsome monsters, meet strange characters, forge unlikely bonds, and uncover lost civilizations. But first, you'll need to pick a class. Now, early access will initially have 6 classes available. Let's have a look at them. The Monk is a fast and furious melee fighter. He dashes in and out of combat and has mechanics that involve building up and keeping momentum. Like all classes in PoE 2, you'll want to use a wide variety of skills to mix and match different combos.
Interesting. You can like combine
skills,
elements?
You'll first need to find skill gems. Using a skill gem will open the gem cutting menu, which shows all the active skills available in PoE 2. You can choose an existing skill to level up, or choose to engrave a new one. Since this is a level 7 skill gem, even if you pick a new skill, it will immediately be level 7, so there's no harm in trying out something new.
Oh, that's cool.
The Monk primarily uses the quarterstaff. There are 3 schools of martial arts: lightning,
Whoa.
ice,
Alright.
and wind. But don't think you have to stick to
dude.
just one.
He's
The
graceful.
best combos are going to involve mixing elements of all 3. Let's try Killing Palm. Like many monk skills, this can be used to quickly take advantage of a specific situation. If there's an enemy on low life, you can use Killing Palm to dash to them and kill them instantly. This will provide a power charge. Then we can use a different skill to consume that power charge for a much more devastating attack. The Monk also has powerful combo skills. Tempest Bell, for example, is a skill that places a giant resonating bell. Hitting the bell causes it to ring, dealing damage to all enemies around it. You can also do things like freeze or shock the bell, which will add elemental damage to the strikes.
That's sick. That reminds me of that one game. It's like it's such an old game. Like Magic, Magica or something like that, where you can combine spells together and create different spells. It's crazy. I'll put it on the screen. I can't remember what it is right now, but it kind of reminds me of it.
The Monk also has a variety of abilities to empower his staff. If an enemy is close to being stunned, you can use Staggering Palm to punch them down. After that, any attack you do will shoot out wind projectiles.
Yo, that's nice. I've never wanted to play a game like this so bad.
Staves, so this just scratches the surface of the options that you have. By endgame, you'll be
There's so many particles. I love particles.
Projectiles and obliterating screens of enemies with huge combo attacks.
I love physics and particles. That's my favorite thing when it comes to
if you like a
graphics.
style of melee that's a little slower but hits much harder, then the warrior is for you. He pounds the ground with big chunky attacks and can
He brings
shrug
out
off the hits of
spikes
small enemies with large amounts
from
of
the
armor.
ground.
Even though the mace slams are
Whoa.
slow, you never lose control. Longer attacks can be retargeted as you go, and if you find yourself committed to a long attack, you can dodge roll out of it at any time.
That's nice. That is very
Among
nice.
the skill option for maces, you will find a variety of slams, fire attacks, war cries, and shield skills. Here, I'm going to slam the ground, rending it apart with lines of fire. Any slam skill will then cause these fissures to erupt with lava. I can even run through them with a skill
that's
like
actually
Stampede
really
to do
cool.
Huge amounts of damage.
That's actually insane. I wonder if he'll be
Warrior
tanky.
can also use war cries, which can
Well, like
empower your
more
next
tanky
skill.
than DPS.
Seismic Cry, for example, will double any slams from your next attack. The Stampede counts as a slam, so I can double that for even more craziness.
Wow.
If you want
That
to go
looks
a little
fun.
faster
That
and
looks
be a
really
little more
fun, actually.
defensive, equip a shield. In PoE 2, you can raise your shield at any time to block all damage from the front, even
100%.
spells.
Oh wow, yeah, 100% damage.
While holding up your shield,
block.
your stun meter will build as you take damage, so be careful. If it reaches 100%, your stance will break and you will
That
be
makes
vulnerable.
sense. That's good balance. I like that. That's really good balance.
Some enemies also have unblockable attacks, which are indicated by this red flash. If you see one of these coming, make sure to dodge out of the way.
That's fair.
Using a shield also gives you access to shield skills, like Shield Charge. which allows you to charge towards enemies and stun them.
Oh my god, that's
While
sick.
charging, you're also blocking the whole time, so you have full damage immunity from the front. The warrior also has access to totems. Some totems have built-in abilities, like Shockwave Totem, which can be
that's
placed
cool.
to stun nearby enemies and trigger aftershocks like those from the earthquake.
That reminds me of a
You
shaman.
can also get ancestral warrior totems, which allow you to use any slam skill in your repertoire. This is a meta skill, which means that it's a skill you can put other skills into. I can take a slam like Sunder and socket it into my ancestral warrior totem. Now when I summon him, he'll sit there and slam the monsters from a distance.
Dang. That's
There are
neat,
20
dude.
active skills for maces, so there's a lot more to try out. But by endgame, you're going to be dropping hammers from the sky, leaping fearlessly into combat, and separating the very earth you stand on.
I've been missing out on this category of games, man. ARPGs.
Time for some ranged attacks. The ranger is primarily about the bow, but we wanted to make sure that she feels agile as well. In PoE 2, you can shoot while moving. Combined with all the
that's
skills the
nice.
ranger has that allow you to jump around, you will have a lot
Dude,
of
I need to get a
mobility in
crew to
combat.
play this with me. A whole
Bow
like
skills have a
team.
variety of lightning, poison, ice, and physical attacks. Lightning attacks bounce around between targets. You can also stick lightning arrows in the ground which explode when hit by the bouncers, or electrocute enemies to take them out of combat.
Nice. Oh, it stuns them.
Ice attacks allow you to slow and freeze enemies to keep them away from you.
That's
Using
good.
poison,
That's-
not only can
that's
you
really
slowly damage your enemies from afar, but also grow some interesting plants.
Whoa, that's actually
With
super
21
cool.
bow skills and all the mobility and combo tools the ranger has, you can take advantage of every situation. By endgame, you'll be creating hundreds of arrows, be they falling from the sky, bouncing around between enemies, or spraying out of tornadoes.
Oh my god.
You might have
My
noticed
PC's
in the
gonna
bottom
melt.
left of the screen that the flask slots look a little different. In PoE 2, you have one dedicated life flask slot and one mana flask slot. Flasks
Okay.
gain charges as you kill enemies, and typically allow you to heal 6 or 7 times if they're full. But
Interesting.
that's not the only thing you can use charges
So you don't
for.
buy them?
Charms are a new item type that will automatically defend you from various debuffs or damage types. Having trouble with getting frozen? Equip a thawing charm. When it's fully charged, it will make you immune to freeze for 3 seconds if you get frozen. To recharge them, just kill more monsters.
Oh, nice.
You can
Okay.
gain more slots for charms by upgrading your belt. The mercenary wields a crossbow that can be loaded with different ammo types, offering versatility, power, and mobility. All
Got like a
classes
shotgun.
in Path of Exile 2 can be controlled with WASD, which makes this class play exactly like a shooter. For the crossbow, you will find
It's very
skills that look
tempting.
like shotguns, sniper rifles, assault rifles, and even grenade launchers.
Dude, this class is
But
so
not only
tempting.
that, there are a wide variety of more interesting elemental ammos too. It's very fast to switch between ammo types, so long as you already have them loaded, which makes the mercenary able to combo abilities together for devastating effect.
Is this a new class? Or did they have this in the first
Use
one?
Glacial Bolt to create walls of ice to separate enemies, then switch to fragmentation rounds to explode the ice, dealing massive AoE damage. If
I just gotta say, I love when games are so innovative that they add something like that. Combining spells, elements together. Dude, it's a gamer's dream. That's so sick.
I come across an armored enemy, I could use armor-piercing rounds to break their armor, and then high-velocity rounds to take them down. Or
Come on.
perhaps I could fire a gas grenade to poison enemies before detonating the cloud with an explosive shot for massive damage.
That's so creative. I love it.
If you want to call in some suppressing fire, you can summon artillery ballistas. These have a minimum range, so you'll want to prepare your position carefully before moving in.
That'd be tough to manage. I don't know
There
if
are
I'll be good at
22
it.
active skills for crossbows. By endgame, you'll be calling destruction down from the sky as
Oh
you
my
go to the battlefield
God,
with
dude, that's
grenades
creep.
and pepper your enemies with your automatic shotgun. If you're looking to take a backseat
Hey, yo, he
and let
was
your
tweaking.
minions do the work, then the witch should be your choice. She can call forth hordes of undead monsters to fight for her, while
that like a
casting powerful
necromancer?
chaos spells that debilitate her enemies. Occult skills are some of the most varied in the game, with skeletons, noxious spells,
I don't know if
specialty
I'm
minions,
lagging
curses, and
or if
sacrificial magic.
it's them.
Before we talk about minions, we'll have to talk about a new resource in Path of Exile 2 called Spirit. This is a spirit gem, which allows you to pick from a range of persistent skills. All classes have a variety of these skills which can add some very interesting effects, like Arctic Armor, which does cold damage to enemies that hit you, or Raging Spirits, which summon fiery skulls each time you cast a fire spell. For the Witch, though, we'll want to be using our spirit to create permanent minions. These minions will be revived automatically when they die, so you don't have to worry
Oh,
about
nice.
summoning them all the time.
That's convenient.
Here, I'm using the skill screen to allocate which minions I would like in my horde. You can see the spirit cost of each one. Skeletal warriors are cheap, but
Whoa.
weak, useful for tanking damage and distracting enemies.
That's a cool
But I want
concept.
more heavy
Or
hitters in my
mechanic, I
army,
should say.
so I'm going to unsummon some warriors and instead add skeletal arsonists. Permanent minions come with special active abilities called command skills. You can order these guys to detonate your own minions for even more damage and area of effect. If you want a bigger army, you'll need a scepter. This new weapon type is imbued with even more spirit, allowing you to summon even more friends.
Oh.
And if you want an even bigger army than that, you can take advantage of corpses to summon true hordes of minions.
Oh.
What can a witch do while her army is at work? Well, she has a range of chaos spells to spread disease amongst your enemies, or bone skills to impale them. Or,
That's
you
a
could
6
curse
spell.
them to make them weaker so your horde can take them down.
That bone
There are
shard,
25
bro.
active occult skills. By the endgame, you'll be the leader of a fearsome army of the dead, consuming everything in its path.
Is this more of a solo class, or
The
can you play
sorceress
with the team?
bends the elements to her will, using them to unleash devastation on her foes. This classic spellcaster weaves a flurry of elemental magic from afar. The elemental skills have everything you might expect and more. Fireballs, icy explosions, lightning storms, you get the idea. Each spell is unique and has many different ways to build and combo with others, even between different elements.
Oh my god.
For example, Flame Wall conjures a burning line that not only damages enemies, but also empowers all projectiles.
Oh, he's
to pass
combining
through it.
fire and electricity.
If you
That's cool.
place a wall and fire lightning sparks through it, they'll gain extra fire damage.
She can't be that
It's
strong
a good
though.
idea to take
right?
advantage of the ability to automatically swap weapons when you use certain skills.
Kinda hasn't-
Having a special
haven't-
staff with bonuses to
She kind of has insane AOE, so she can't be that powerful.
fire skills,
in my
and
opinion.
another with bonuses
But I
to
could be
lightning
wrong.
skills can really power up a combo like this. The sorceress can also take advantage of powerful trigger gems. For example, you could grab the Cast and Ignite gem and use it with Firestorm. As you ignite enemies, a counter will go up in the top left corner. When it's full, a Firestorm will automatically be cast at the enemy that was ignited. There are 25 active elemental skills. By endgame, you'll be firing off projectiles left and right as you rain down elemental storms on your foes. Now, those are the characters that will be available at the start of early access.
That's
We will
really
be adding
sick.
6
That's
more
cool.
character classes with just as many skills and options as
6
these.
more on top
There's a
of
lot
the
more to come.
4?
There's one more important thing to mention about skills. Even though we talk about them as belong to each class, in reality there are no restrictions. You can use all these skills on any class so long as you have the attributes.
That's very friendly. I like that.
For example,
Very
a
player
poison
friendly.
ranger might want to try out using occult curses to increase her poison damage. Or a monk might want to trigger elemental
Ah.
ice walls to use with his glacial cascade combo. The possibilities for cross-class combos are practically unlimited.
Yeah,
We're
it's like
looking forward
endless.
to what kind of things you guys might
Endless
find.
experimentation.
Now, Path of Exile is a game known for build customization.
Yeah,
and
that
we
makes
haven't
sense.
even scratched the surface of what is possible yet. So let's talk about
Alright.
support gems.
That's super cool, honestly. I've never been this excited for an ARPG. I've always, like, I disregarded them just because they weren't my cup of joe, you know? But then seeing Path of Exile 2, seeing all those gameplay clips and the cinematic trailer, the story actually looks super interesting. It's got me really, really geeked for it. So tomorrow, December 6th, it's going to be the early release. It is free to play, but the earlier release requires the $30 earlier release basically key to be able to play during the early access. And then, sorry, I keep saying early release, I mean early access. And then after early access ends, I believe that's when the game will come out fully for everybody. It's also cross-platform, so you can play with anyone. So if you're looking to play early, you got to pay $30. But then you also get it in microtransactions. You get $30 worth of microtransactions that you can spend in the store to buy microtransactions. So it's pretty fair. I think you get a lot of value for it if you're looking to do that. I'm excited. I don't know if I'll do early access, mainly because I played a lot of games on day one, and I don't like having to wait in queue with thousands and thousands of other players looking to get into the game. If it's worth it, I might, if it's available, I might try to get it after the day one of release, and when it's more kind of like, you know, if it's stabilized. I know sometimes there's issues, but I know that Path of Exile, the game director, he said that he's kind of taken precautions to make sure that the early access and the release is very stable. So I trust that they will be able to do it very, 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 very well. I just don't have I don't think I'll have the time for it if they do a queue. Aside from that, I think my only concerns, I have very small concerns. Well, let me start with the positive. I think the game looks beautiful. I think the game, the endless grind, end game, progression, the experiments with the skill tree, which I think is what Path of Exile is known for, is endless, and that is very appealing, especially for veteran players that have played Path of Exile 1 and going into 2, and people that are looking to get into it. I think honestly the way they're approaching Path of Exile 2, it's very beginner friendly and new player friendly, but also it's not at the compromise of people that are very like veterans in the franchise, well, I don't know if you can call this franchise, in the Path of Exile, like from the first game. So they're not compromising the veterans, but they're also not disregarding the new players that are looking to get into the game. And also, if they do the story really well, I think that'll click with a lot more new players. For me, story is a big deal, and so I honestly will be very, very excited to see if the story is going to be really well written and executed, because that'll motivate me to play more of the end game and make me want to grind it out more and have more attention. So I think they honestly have a lot going for them. I know a lot of people are excited. I'm an extraction shooter type of person. It's got my attention. It's got attention of other people, other streamers that don't even play this types of games. I know Landmark, who is a Tarkov player. He plays extraction shooters. He's even looking to get into Path of Exile for the early access. So it's gotten a lot of people's attention. I'm still debating whether or not I'll do the early access, but I'm definitely going to be playing it when the game releases. I want to see if I can get even a crew, because I think it's up to 6 players. Yeah, but I'd love to hear what you guys think. You know, I'm not a veteran in this game category, so if there's anything I missed or something I said incorrectly that I'm not too sure about, leave it in the comments. I'd love to learn. I know there's a lot of people that have invested a lot of time, whether it's in Path of Exile or these types of games, and I am very, very excited to learn. I'm excited for this game. I know I keep saying it, but it's truly because this game looks really fun to play, and I'm gonna really get my hands on it. I'm probably gonna dive into a very deep dive into it. But thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, if you thought it was entertaining, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, or even more extraction content, be sure to subscribe. And then I'll be streaming tomorrow on December 6th at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time on Twitch. So be sure to come through, say hi. I'd love to get to know you, say what's up. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. And I'll see you guys later.